Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another broadcast of Gordon-Rushville Mustang basketball on Sheridan County Journal Star.net. This afternoon, we are in Scottsbluff, Nebraska at the Cougar Palace on the campus of Western Nebraska Community College for the semifinal round of the Western Trails Conference Basketball Tournament. That first game today to lead things off, starting at 2 o'clock this afternoon, pits the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs against the Hemingford Bobcats. Glad to have you along with us this afternoon. We'll let you enjoy the pregame warm-ups as both teams out on the court with just about 17 and a half minutes left to go before the opening tip of today's game. We'll let you enjoy those warm-ups. We'll step aside, get some starting lineups for you, and be back in just a minute here on Sheridan County Journal Star.net coverage of Mustang Basketball 2016. Just under 13 minutes left in the pregame warm-ups before we get the Western Trails Conference Tournament semifinals underway this afternoon. Already a good batch of you online watching along with us. Glad to have you with us here this afternoon. Should be a good one between the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs and the Hemingford Bobcats. Let's say thanks to sponsors of today's basketball action. The First National Bank of Gordon, Strong Insurance, Gordon True Value, Hins Home Furnishings, Gardner, Lautzenheiser, and Ryan PC, Grocery Mart, Accountant Carol Child, Barb Share Real Estate, Sides and Milburn Ford, Essence, Modern Farm Equipment, and of course the Sheridan County Journal Star. Mustangs come into today's game with a 9-7 record after they dispatched the Morrill Lions last night. A very good Morrill Lions team came into the game with a 12-4 record. The Mustangs wasted no time in putting the Lions away last night, and so that earns them a matchup with the number 1 seeded Hemingford Bobcats today. They come in with a 15-1 record. Let's take a quick look at some statistical comparisons. Not a lot of difference on paper between these two teams. Hemingford, as I said earlier, comes in at 15-1. They average 58 points per game. That's just 3 more points per game than the Mustangs, who come in scoring 55 a game. Both teams shoot 39% from the field. Both of them pull down between 34 and 35 rebounds per game, and both of them with 14 and 15 steals as well. So a very closely matched pair of teams on paper. Of course, the Hemingford Bobcats got the better of the Mustangs in the season opener down in Hemingford. That was on the Bobcats' home floor. I think it was a 7-point win for Hemingford in a hotly contested game from start to finish. Mustangs look to come in here and knock off the top-seeded Hemingford Bobcats. And, of course, it was 2 years ago on this floor that they did exactly that. They came in and upset Hemingford. The Mustangs at that time, or that season, finished 9-13. Hemingford finished 20-4 that year. And the Mustangs able to pull the upset in the Western Trails Conference tournament down here in the semifinals. They went on to lose to the Kimball Longhorns in the finals the next day, but it is possible and very, very possible, in fact, for the Mustangs to come in here and hang a loss on this Hemingford Bobcat team. Hemingford, of course, with just the one loss, that loss to Spearfish, South Dakota, on the day after they had upset the Shadron Cardinals in their own home holiday tournament. So Hemingford, one of only 2 teams to beat Shadron this season. So they are a very good outfit, a very experienced outfit coming in. Let's take a look at the starters for the Hemingford Bobcats. Number 12 is Caitlin Kumpf. She is a 5'8" junior. She averages 4 points and 3 rebounds per game. Number 15 is Brooke Turek, a 5'8" junior. She is the spark plug of this offense. She scores 13 points a game and pulls down 7 boards. Number 20 is Faith Roebuck, a 5'9" junior. She scores 15 a game and averages 3 rebounds. Number 25, Natalie Gasling, the 6' junior, averaging 12 points and 9 rebounds. And number 44, Emily Hansen, also down in there in the post, the 5'11" junior, averaging 5 points and 4 rebounds per game. For the Mustangs, coming off the win in the first round against Morrill last night, starters tonight will be number 13, Josie Perez. Josie, the 5'7" junior, she leads the Mustangs in scoring with 24 points a game. She also adds 4 rebounds per game as well. Number 21 is Ashton Sassy. She is a 5'8" senior. Ashton averaging 7 points and 3 rebounds. Number 22 is Carly Hinn, the 5'11" junior, averaging 8 points and 9 rebounds per game. Number 24, Kenna Campbell, the 5'8" junior, now averaging 10 points and 6 rebounds per game. Carly's scoring average has gone steadily up over the last month and a half as she's become more and more confident driving to the basket and drawing fouls and getting herself to the free throw line. So Kenna now averaging 10 points a game. Number 45, the final starter of the day, number 45, Keely Campbell, the 6'1" senior. Keely averaging 4 points and 6 rebounds per game. Just under 8 minutes to the start of today's semifinal game. Both teams going through their final warm-ups. We'll step aside and we'll be back with the introductions of the starting lineups in just a few minutes here on Sheridan County Journal Star.net coverage of Mustang Basketball 2016.
New Holland is the undisputed leader in hay tools. We give farmers a wide range of innovative equipment that increases efficiency and productivity all year round. Because to us, smart means providing a smooth, clean cut with faster dry down, plug-free conditioning, and superior bale density. And smart means leaving less hay on the field to feed more livestock in less time. The gold standard has been raised. Visit your local New Holland dealer today.
And now just under 7 minutes to go before the opening tip of today's game. We'll mute the broadcast for just a second and let you enjoy the final 6 minutes and 45 seconds of the pregame warm-ups. We'll be back with game action in just a bit here on Sheridan County Journal Star.net. We had kind of got away from our Twitter feed for a while. We'd had some technical difficulties with that, but we've got it back up and running and going today. And we've got some folks talking about the game here early on. If you'd like to be part of that conversation, feel free to fire off a tweet that includes the handle @SC Journal Star, and our server will pick that up and will air your tweet on the air. We'd like to know who's watching and where you're watching from. That's always the fun part, and I know we've got a good crowd already on hand today. Let us know, and I'm sure we'll have some Hemingford supporters tuned in as well, and sure glad to welcome you as well. Like to know who all is on board with us here this afternoon. Getting ready to get things underway. As I said earlier, a big crowd on hand online here already this afternoon, and very glad to have you along with us, regardless of where you're watching from or who you're cheering for. Mustangs head to their bench. They're ready to get things going. We'll clear the Twitter feed. Feel free to chime in, though. We'll run that during halftime for sure. Include the handle @SC Journal Star, and we'll pick those up and get them aired as we go forward through today's game. So now we will be ready for the national anthem here. And this may be a copyrighted broadcast or a copyrighted version. If it is, we'll have to mute it. Oh, indeed, it was a copyrighted rendition of the national anthem, and so apologize for having to mute that. Don't want pop-ups showing up on our broadcast here and bugging you as we go forward. So we'll turn it over to the public address announcer for the introductions of the starting lineups.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Lady Mustangs from Rushville. A 5'7" junior, number 13, Josie Perez. A 5'8" senior, number 21, Ashton Sassy. 5'11" junior, number 22, Carly Hinn. 5'10" junior, number 24, Kenna Campbell. 6' senior, number 45, Kaylee Campbell. The head coach is Randy Holbert. He's assisted by Ashley Ludholm. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's name the home team, Lady Bobcats from Hemingford. 5'7" junior, number 12, Caitlin Pump. 5'6" junior, number 15, Brooke Curry. 5'9" junior, number 20, Faith Rohrbach. 6' junior, number 25, Natalie Ashley Gessling. 5'10" junior number 44, Emily Hanson. Head coach is Dave.
So there are the starting lineups for the two teams. We'll run through those for you one more time. For the Hemingford Bobcats today, it'll be Caitlin Kumpf, Brooke Turek, Faith Roebuck, Natalie Gasling, and Emily Hansen on the floor to start things off for the Hemingford Bobcats, wearing their home white uniforms. And for the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs in their road blacks, it'll be Josie Perez, Ashton Sassy, Carly Hinn, Kenna Campbell, and Keely Campbell on the floor. Ready to get things underway here. It'll be Brooke Turek in the center circle to jump it up against Carly Hinn as we get ready to get underway here this afternoon. I am Clint Anderson, along with Jesse Moss. We're without the services of Jacob Grover, who's usually our broadcast engineer, takes care of our computer work for us. We certainly miss Jacob, and so that means that I'm in charge of keeping the scoreboard up to date, and we'll see if I can remember to do that as we go along. We'll keep you as up to date as we possibly can. I'm sure there'll be lapses as we go through the game, and I apologize in advance for that. But glad to have each and every one of you along with us this afternoon. Officials have everything set, ready to go. Mustangs will be moving from right to left. And away we go. The Mustangs control the tip. Josie Perez picks it up, and the Mustangs go to work on offense. Just underway. That pass tipped but recovered. Skip pass across. Ashton Sassy, three-pointer. Good! Ashton Sassy starts things off with a bang, and the Mustangs up quickly, 3-0. Here's a three-pointer on the way. That's no good. And the rebound cleared by Keely Campbell. Mustangs on the run. Here comes Kenna Campbell down the floor. Now she'll back it out and skips it across to Sassy. Into the corner for Perez. Tees it up for three. That one is off the mark, no good, but rebounded by Carly Hinn. Quickly back to Perez. Inside, up and good. Josie Perez on the board early, and the Mustangs out quickly to a 5-0 advantage. Here's a shot from Roebuck, and that's a three-pointer that falls in there. Hemingford back within 5-3 with just right on the dot, 7 minutes to go. High post pass for Carly Hinn, outside for Perez. Keely Campbell at the high post now. Couple of dribbles, free throw line jumper, off glass and good. Keely Campbell and the Mustangs, hot shooting so far. They're 3 of 4 from the field so far in this game. They lead it 7-3. Ball loose on the floor. Scramble for it, jump ball called, and that'll be Hemingford basketball on the alternating possession. 6 minutes, 37 seconds left to go in the first quarter. I'm glad to have you with us from high atop Cougar Palace, about as far away as we get from anywhere in our broadcast travels during the season. And you will notice we'll have some traffic back and forth in front of the cameras. We do have a walkway in front of us, and we apologize for that, but should be pretty good internet feed for you here this afternoon. There's a shot that won't go, but the rebound and putback won't go, and again it won't fall. That's Natalie Gasling working hard inside. Finally, she gets the third try and can't get it to fall, but she will draw the foul. That foul is going to be called against Ashton Sassy. That is her first. And so it puts Natalie Gasling at the free throw line for a pair of free throws with 6 minutes and 14 seconds left to go in the first quarter. The first one rattles out, no good. And she'll line up the second. 7-3 with 6:14 to go in the first quarter. And the second one finds its way home, bounces over the front of the rim, and it's back to a three-point game at 7-4. Josie Perez dribbles around Roebuck and then going to be called for a carry, I believe, and they'll turn the ball back over to Hemingford. So Kumpf inbounds it to Turek. She'll cross the timeline and go to work against the 1-3-1 zone of the Mustangs. There's a steal nearly taken away by Perez. Kumpf with the three-point attempt. That's no good. Josie Perez clears the rebound, and the Mustangs on the run. They find Carly Hinn out on the baseline and then tries to get it back up top. They're going to say no tip and out of bounds off of the Mustangs. So 2 consecutive turnovers for the Mustangs. as Hemingford does not need any help. They are an offensively potent team, a very good outfit, with just the one loss on the season. Mustangs in that 1-3-1 zone. Now they work it inside for Hanson. One dribble. She's too far under the basket. Can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Kenna Campbell. The Mustangs go to work on offense. Ashton Sassy from the wing for three. That one's off the mark. No good. Rebounded by Turek. 5:20 to go in the first quarter. Turek up the right side. Picked up by Sassy. Little runner at the free throw line is up and good. So the Bobcats chipping away, and they're back within one at 7-6 with 5:05 left to go. Kick it out for Sassy. Now they work it down low on the block for Keely Campbell. Turnaround jumper off glass and good. Keely's got 4 points in the early going. 9-6. Hanson back up top to Turek, nearly taken away. Turek's pull-up jumper falls in. It is good. She's got 4 points. Back to a 1-point advantage for the Mustangs at 9-8. Kenna Campbell changes directions. High post for Hinn. That pass is tipped, but she gets it to Josie Perez. Perez now will work and hand it off to Kenna Campbell. Mustangs standing around on offense. They're going to have to get some motion as they work against the 2-3 zone by the Bobcats. Kenna in the lane, lost the handle and called for the double dribble. Somebody reached in and got a hand on it. And we've got a timeout called on the floor. 30-second timeout called by the Bobcats with 4 minutes and 22 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And the First National Bank of Gordon proudly celebrates over 125 years of locally made decisions and supporting our community. Family owned since 1932, Strong Insurance is your independent insurance company, and they offer all forms of insurance. Stop in at 224 North Main Street in Gordon, or you can call Dean Strong at 282-0560. So Hemingford quickly in and quickly out of that 30-second timeout. Mustangs still in the huddle over in front of their bench, and now they'll break the huddle and be ready to go back to work. Mustangs lead it by 1, 9-8. 4 minutes, 22 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Brooke Turek has the basketball. She'll bring it up and set it up as now Callie Schultz in the game running the point on that 1-3-1 zone defense. Turek's three-pointer is short. Faith Roebuck there with the rebound, and a putback is good, and she draws the foul. So Faith Roebuck with good, tough work inside. I believe they gave that foul to Josie Perez. Scorer's table is on the far side of the arena from us, as the free throw is good by Roebuck. Makes it 10-9 in favor of the Bobcats, their first lead of the game. Josie Perez all the way down the lane and in for two. Hemingford quickly back the other way, and there's a takeaway on the entry pass. Now here's Josie Perez, switches hands off glass and good. Mustangs use that defensive pressure to put themselves back in front, 13-11. 3:35 to go, first quarter. On the wing for Kumpf, three-pointer, in and out, no good. There's Gasling with the rebound. Her putback won't go, and then Gasling's going to be called for the foul as she came over the back of Josie Perez as she tried to get that rebound. That is Gasling's first, and it's the first team foul of the day for the Bobcats. 2 team fouls for the Mustangs. 3:23 to go. Schultz with it on the wing. Skips it across, pass tipped, but Kenna Campbell comes down with it. She'll drive in and kick it out for Carly Hinn. Skip pass all the way across to Josie Perez. Catches, drives to the lane, leaves it for Keely Campbell. Turnaround jumper, not even close, off the side of the basket. And now the Hemingford Bobcats are going to run. Faith Roebuck back behind the defense, lays it up, and she can't get it to fall. The rebound, and there's a block by Kenna Campbell. Mustangs come away with it. Nifty pass that time by Carly Hinn. Kenna Campbell down the floor, up no good. But there's a foul on Carly Hinn, or Carly Hinn is fouled, and she'll head to the free throw line. That foul is going to be called on Brooke Turek. That is her first, and it puts Carly Hinn at the free throw line for a pair. 2:52 left to go first quarter. Mustangs lead at 13-11. Carly's first free throw around the horn and in. Makes it a 3-point game. Is now Callie Schultz out, Ashton Sassy back into the Mustang lineup. Also into the game, Anna Manning for the Bobcats. Carly's second free throw, no good, and that's rebounded by Gasling. She'll find Brooke Turek, and she'll bring it up the left side this time as the Mustangs lead it by 3. This is Manning on the wing now. Down into the corner for Gasling. Her shot is short, may have been partially blocked that time. Going to be tipped out of bounds. They're going to say it's off of, no, they're going to, the official was saying white, but he was going towards the other end of the court. It is Hemingford basketball, 2:33 to go in the opening quarter. Turek goes inside for Roebuck, blocked by Kenna Campbell, but Kenna will commit the foul. Kenna has become quite the shot blocker this season, but she commits the foul that time, and it'll put Faith Roebuck at the free throw line. She's 1 for 1 this afternoon. She's got 6 points. First one is short off the front of the rim and no good. 2:27 left to go in the opening quarter. And now I believe that's Brooke Gallus who checks in. She'll take the place of Gasling in the Bobcat lineup. Second free throw falls off. Both of them no good. Rebounded by Hinn. And Kenna Campbell sets it up for the Mustangs. Josie Perez on the right wing. Looking. And then a lazy pass almost taken away, but gathered up by Hinn. She'll hand it off to Perez. Goes inside, high post, Keely Campbell. Turnaround jumper off glass and no good. Rebound by Carly Hinn. And then no foul called as Josie Perez gets clotheslined, but she gets it out to Kenna Campbell. Pull-up jumper. That one is well short and rebounded by the Bobcats. That's Lauren Gasling into the game now for Hemingford. So the Mustangs come away empty on that offensive possession. 1:45 to go in the first. The Mustangs lead it 14-11. Lauren Gasling looking. That one's tipped by Ashton Sassy, picked up by Roebuck, and that one won't go. And the rebound pulled down by Kenna Campbell, and then not a smart foul that time, as I believe that's Brooke Turek who reached a hand in as Kenna went by, and if it is Turek, that's her second foul, and it is. Well, Brooke, an aggressive player. She's not afraid to stick her head in there and get right after it, but an ill-advised foul that time as she's got 2. 1:30 left to go in the opening quarter. Sassy, that's not a good pass that time as Sassy has it tipped and taken away. Carly Hinn looks down low. Keely Campbell, quick shot, up and good. Keely Campbell loves to use that glass, and she used it to great effect that time. It's a 5-point Mustang lead. Back to equals their biggest of the game. They opened up 5-0 right out of the gate. Hemingford cut it back, actually had the lead for a short period of time. They go inside for Hansen. That's a wild shot off the glass and no good. Josie Perez pulls it down and heads up the floor. Perez leaves it for Carly Hinn. Carly, good move, goes baseline, and she'll draw the foul. Carly heads to the free throw line. I believe that's Emily Hansen who picked up the foul, and it is. That's Hansen's first, and it puts Carly Hinn at the line. She's 1 for 2 this afternoon. 54 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Carly's first free throw misses badly, and now Callie Schultz comes in. Keely Campbell will get a break. So 4 fouls on the Bobcats, 3 on the Mustangs. And Carly missed them both. Rebound controlled by Josie Perez. Good strong shot up and good. Good tough work inside by Josie. And now the Mustangs lead it by 7. Their biggest advantage of the game. Under 45 seconds to go. Into the corner for Kumpf. Now back up onto the wing for Roebuck. They swing it around. Natalie Gasling for 3. That's off the back iron and no good. Bobcats with good rebounding position that time. And I believe Carly Hinn will be called for her first foul. And I believe that's Caitlin Kumpf who's at the free throw line for 2 shots. A long ponytail covers up the number. Indeed, that is who it is. 32.8 seconds left to go. Caitlin's first shot, nothing but net for Kumpf. Cuts it back to a 6-point advantage. Campbell in and Carly Hinn heads to the bench for a breather. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . So she'll line up the second, lets it fly. That one's short off the front of the rim. Mustangs with the rebound. And the Mustangs with numbers. 4-on-3. Josie Perez down the lane, and that was just a little bit too hard, but there's Keely Campbell, the rebound and a putback. She's got 8 points in the first quarter, and it's an 8-point advantage, under 20 seconds to go. 20-12, Mustangs with the lead. Into the corner for Hansen, flips it across to Roebuck. Roebuck gets it to Natalie Gasling. She'll step back and fire that. It's short. 5 seconds to go. Kenna Campbell, 4-3. They get it ahead to Josie Perez. Pull-up jumper at the buzzer. It's good if it'll go, and it just misses. So at the end of the one, the Mustangs lead it 20-12. Just what they had hoped for as they come in here trying to knock off the top-seeded Hemingford Bobcats. We head to the second quarter here on Sheridan County Journal Star.net, coverage of Mustang basketball 2016.
The way we see it, if you're going to call something smart, it better help you get real work done. Help you grow food, feed, and energy independence. Help you get the most with the latest precision farming technology while doing the job right and on time. From combines to tractors to hay tools. Visit your New Holland dealer today to see equipment built New Holland smart.
Visit your authorized dealer today.
New Holland.
We get ready to head to the second quarter. We got the Twitter feed up and running, and it's a very active Twitter feed today. Glad to have everybody along with us. Lots of folks watching this afternoon. I know a lot of you are watching from work. Couldn't make the long trip down here. In fact, not very many Mustangs fans have been able to make the trip. But the dyed-in-the-wool fans are here supporting the Mustangs and watching them jump out to an 8-point lead to start things off in the first quarter. We head to the second. Mustangs have the basketball. Kenna Campbell goes to work, kicks it out on the wing for Josie Perez. Down the lane, no foul called, but Carly Hinn is there for the rebound and the putback. That won't go. Ball still loose on the ground, finally controlled by Brooke Turek. Ahead to Roebuck. Now they'll kick it back to Roebuck. Her shot is good. Makes it a 6-point ball game. And now man-to-man defense by Hemingford. Pull-up jumper as Kenna Campbell is fouled on the shot, and she'll head to the free throw line. Give that foul to Emily Hansen. That is her second. So Kenna heads to the free throw line. First free throw is good. And Kenna makes them both. Makes it a 8-point game at 22-14. That ball picked up by Hansen, flips it out there, controlled by Roebuck. Natalie Gasling, cross-court pass in the corner for Hansen. And her shot up and falls off no good, rebounded by Keely Campbell. 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Mustangs lead it by 8. Cross-court pass into the corner for Perez. Perez works off the pick down the lane, kicks it out to Keely Campbell. Her shot won't go. Rebound is going to be out of bounds off of Brooke Turek. Turek and Sassy doing battle for it, and it's off of Turek. Mustangs maintain possession with 6:46 left to go in the second quarter. Campbell over the top to Perez. Perez flips it out. Kenna Campbell for three. That one's off the back iron and no good. Tipped out of bounds off of Carly Hinn. Hemingford basketball. So 5 team fouls on Hemingford, 4 on the Mustangs. As we work our way past the 6-minute and 30-second mark of the second quarter. Turek in the corner, inside, now back out to Turek. Pull-up jumper is good for 3. Brooke Turek finds the range that time and pulls the Bobcats back within 5 at 22-17 with 6:15 to go before the half. Kenna Campbell says, nobody's going to guard me. I'll take that long three-pointer. It is short as she was behind the college three-point line that time and came up just a bit short. Faith Roebuck goes in, has her shot blocked, and it's taken away by the Mustangs. Kenna Campbell on the run. Ahead to Carly Hinn. Carly not quite ready for that pass, and it sails out of bounds. They'll turn it back over. Callie Schultz comes in. Ashton Sassy comes out. Now Caitlin Kumpf back into the game, and she will replace Faith Roebuck in the Bobcat lineup. 5:52 left to go in the second quarter. Mustangs still in that 1-3-1 zone. In the corner for Gasling. Three-pointer is up, and it is good. Natalie Gasling with her first field goal of the day, and it makes it a 2-point game. So the Bobcats on a 6-point run here as the Mustangs work it inside to Kenna Campbell, and it's taken away. The Bobcats maintain possession, and now Brooke Turek waits for everybody to get there. They set it up. They swing it into the corner for Kumpf. She looks across court. Gasling couldn't get a good handle on that. Inside for Hansen, back out for Turek. And the rebound cleared by Carly Hinn. 5 minutes left to go in the second quarter, and a timeout called by the Mustangs. Coach Randy Holbert wants to talk this over. We'll take the timeout with him.
These are exciting times here at New Holland Agriculture. It's no secret that dealers define who we are. This group of energized businessmen are delivering like never before. And what are they delivering? New products, service, and equipment for people with field smarts just like you.
The CPA firm of Gardner, Lautzenheiser, and Ryan, PC, wishes the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs good luck this season. Stop in and see Sarah Ritgarn. She's a CPA in the Gordon office on Main Street in Gordon. You can give her a call at 282-1295 for all of your tax, payroll, and bookkeeping needs. Go Mustangs! Again, if you'd like to fire off a tweet, include the hashtag @SC Journal Star, and we'll get those tweets up and running as we have the opportunity. 4 minutes, 58 seconds left to go in the second quarter. The Mustangs lead it by 2. They've led by as many as 8. They've trailed by 2 in this game. Right now they have a 2-point advantage. Carly Hinn at the top of the key. Kenna Campbell now has it, works with the left hand to the baseline. She's cut off inside for Keely Campbell. Keely had maybe her shot blocked, but Carly Hinn is there. She knocks the basket down and she'll draw the foul. Count the basket. Give that foul to Brooke Turek, and that is number 3, and that's a big development. If the Mustangs can keep her on the bench, that's a big blow to this Hemingford Bobcat squad. Carly's free throw won't go. The rebound and the putback by Keely Campbell was a little bit too strong. Had a chance for an easy 2 there. As it is, the Mustangs lead at 24-20. Natalie Gasling guarded closely, and now she'll kick it across. Faith Roebuck to Gasling in the corner, down low for Turek. Turek's jumper is good. So Turek stays in there even though she's got 3 fouls now. And back to a 2-point ball game. High post for Carly Hinn. Looks, hands it off for Kenna Campbell. Comes around the corner, off glass, and good. And a timeout called by Hemingford with 4:04 left to go before the half. Mustangs lead it by 4, 26-22. Hinn's Home Furnishings invites you to come and see their completely remodeled store. New items are arriving daily. They've got a full line of appliances, sofas, recliners, mattresses, and a whole lot more. And if you don't see what you're looking for, they can get it for you. And they also offer free local delivery. And remember, every dollar you spend locally keeps money in our community. And whether you're melting ice or fishing on it, Gordon True Value can get you fixed up. Stop in and see Buck and the gang at Gordon True Value in downtown Gordon. And Grocery Mart in downtown Gordon is your full-service grocery store, and they've got that personal hometown atmosphere. Mustangs lead this one by 4, 26-22. Mustangs, one of the lower seeds in the tournament. They had to go on the road last night. They were able to knock off a very good 12-4 Morrill Lions team. Morrill, of course, playing D2 basketball with 12-4, and they've got some quality players. The Mustangs had to go on the road and now back down in the valley again here at WNCC for the semifinal round. And they lead the top-seeded Bobcats by 4. And Josie Perez reached in, but she's going to foul. And that'll be Josie's second. Should be the 5th team foul, I believe, on the Mustangs. It is. With the next Hemingford foul, the Mustangs will be in the 1-1 bonus. Faith Roebuck has her shot blocked. And here come the Mustangs. Kenna Campbell ahead to Josie Perez. Catches down the lane, shot up. That's a little too hard, and Carly Hinn will be called for coming over the back. And that'll be Carly's, check this, second foul. So both teams now with 16 fouls. So both will be in the 1-1 bonus the rest of the way. So here's Lauren Gasling. Finally looks inside and finds Hansen. Roebuck cuts to the basket. She's cut off. A wild shot, and then the rebound and the putback by Caitlin Kumpf. And back to a 2-point game. 3:15 to go before the half. Perez has it taken away, got it back, and then lost it again as good defense by Faith Roebuck. Couldn't quite get the steal, but it gets the Mustangs out of their offensive rhythm. As now Carly Hinn will head to the bench, and freshman Rianne Ferguson comes into the game. Rianne's logged some quality minutes for these Mustangs this season, as there's a nice move by Josie Perez. Inside for Kenna Campbell, shot up, that one won't go. Keely Campbell a little bit surprised to see that rebound right in her face, and now she'll lose it out of bounds. It'll go back to the Hemingford Bobcats. The rebound ended up right in her face, and she just couldn't quite get the grip on it. There's a steal by Ashton Sassy on the inbounds pass. She finds Josie Perez. Josie shot up, but she won't make the basket, but she will be fouled, and that is Natalie Gasling, who just picked up her second foul. So Josie Perez heads to the free throw line. She's got 8 points today. This is her first trip to the free throw line, and the first one is good. 27-24, 2 minutes, 50 seconds left to go. Second quarter action. Second one falls off no good. Rebounded by Brooke Gallus. Gallus will hand it off to Roebuck. And Roebuck brings it up the left side into the corner for Emily Hansen. She tees it up for 3. That one's no good. And rebounded by Ferguson. Ferguson trapped in the corner, but alertly able to get it back to Kenna Campbell. And here comes Kenna. Brings it up the floor. Dribbles around Hansen. She's going to be called for the carry. There was some contact there as she tried to get around Emily Hansen. And in the process is called for the carry. 2:30 left to go before the half. Mustangs lead it by 3, 27-24. Semifinals of the Western Trails Conference Tournament. Here's Lauren Gasling up top for Kumpf. Top of the key for Hansen, and back to Lauren Gasling. Pull-up jumper for Gasling is no good. And the Mustangs on the run again. Josie Perez drives in, contact, and an offensive foul called against Josie, and that'll be Josie's third. I think that was Emily Hansen who got back on defense and set up in the lane. And so 3 fouls on Josie. Mustangs leading scorer has to head to the bench with 2:07 left to go in the first quarter, or first half, excuse me. 3-point game. Roebuck brings it across into the corner. This is Kelly Horstman, number 13, now into the game. And rebounded by the Mustangs. Quickly out ahead to Ashton Sassy. Over the top to Callie Schultz, but picked up. We'll catch a replay on that one. That was a nice play as Ashton Sassy able to drop that one in. 2 more for the Mustangs, and it's a 5-point lead at 29-24. Gasling's shot won't go, and that's rebounded by Kenna Campbell again. Kenna up the left side this time. Switches hands into the free throw line. or free throw line, and now the Mustangs will pull it back. This is Ashton Sassy on the dribble. Sassy gets it to Kenna Campbell, looks down low for Callie Schultz. Callie has her shot blocked, but a foul is called. I believe that's Caitlin Kumpf as she picks up her first foul. And it puts Callie Schultz at the line for 2. Schultz, just a freshman. Nothing but net that time for Callie. Mustangs extend that lead back to 6. Kumpf heads to the bench. Natalie Gassling back in. So both Natalie and Lauren Gassling into the game for Hemingford. Second free throw is short off the front of the rim. And rebound cleared by Keely Campbell off glass and good. Keely's having a good night inside. She's got 10 points. I think she's used the glass on every one of them. 1:03 to go, and the Mustangs lead it by 8, 32-24. Shot by Natalie Gassling for 3, and that one is good. Well, that narrows the lead in a hurry. 32-27, 50 seconds left to go. Sassy picks up the loose ball across to Callie Schultz. Quick trigger off the glass and good. Mustangs answer right back. Under 40 now to go in the second quarter. Roebuck across to Natalie Gassling. She looks down low. This is Gallus inside, and the rebound is taken out of there by Kenna Campbell, and she is fouled. That'll be free throws at the other end as the Mustangs are in the 1-and-1 bonus. We'll see who they call this on. That's number 10. That's Brooke Gallus, and that is her first. And so Kenna Campbell, who's 2 for 2 from the free throw line tonight, she's got 4 points, or this afternoon as the case may be. She's got a 1-and-1 opportunity with 30.9 seconds left in the second quarter. Mustangs lead at 34-27. So the first part of the 1-and-1 by Kenna Campbell is good. She earns a second. (35-27). Kenna lines it up, lets it fly, and drops it in. And now it's a 9-point lead for the Mustangs, the biggest of the game. Natalie Gassling to Roebuck, now to Lauren Gassling, across to Natalie Gassling to the baseline. That shot no good. Natalie Gassling there for the rebound, and they're going to say this is a foul on Hemingford, I believe. And that is a foul on Brooke Gallus. That is her second. And the Mustangs back to the free throw line with 14.9 seconds left to go. Mustangs with a 9-point lead, and Kenna Campbell, who's perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line this afternoon, steps up for the first shot of this 1-and-1. Oh no, the Mustangs in a double bonus now. So she'll have 2 shots. First one is good. So key players from each team sitting on the bench with 3 fouls as Kenna makes them both. Brooke Turek for the Bobcats and Josie Perez for the Mustangs, both sitting on the bench with 3 fouls. Under 7 to go. Natalie Gassling drives in, pull-up jumper. That one bounces off, no good. Ashton Sassy clears the rebound, and at the half, the Mustangs with the lead, 38-27. A great first half for the Mustangs. They'll see if they can maintain that intensity and bring it home in the second. At the half, the Mustangs 38 and the Hemingford Bobcats 27 here on Sheridan County Journal Star.net coverage of Mustang Basketball 2016.
Putting burgers on the grill and cheese on burgers doesn't just happen. It takes a lot of smart farmers making smart decisions all along the way. We're committed, along with our dealers, to delivering the hay tools and all the other equipment you need to get the job done right. New Holland.
At the half, the Mustangs lead it by 11, 38-27. Tax season is here, folks, and accountant Carol Child is your one-stop resource for all your accounting and tax needs and more. Give her a call at 282-0842. And remember, it pays to have an accountant on your side. Are you looking to buy or sell real estate in the Panhandle? Give Barb Scher a call at 282-1516. You can check out her listings on her website at scherrealestate.com. That's SCHAER realestate.com. And Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville has 4 new 2015 vehicles in stock, and it's time to blow them out. Stop in and talk to Chris Heiser today and find out about all the rebates and financing available through Ford Motor Company. That's Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. And Essence in downtown Gordon is probably a good place to head if you've got a sweetheart. Valentine's Day is coming up. It is getting here faster than you might realize. Essence has helium balloons and all kinds of Valentine's Day specials. They've got a dozen roses, vased rose special for $50. That's a pretty darn good deal, folks. And even better, they're going to be open the 13th and the 14th. They'll be open the 14th from 9 to 1. They won't be making deliveries that day, but they will be available to bail you out at the last minute for Valentine's Day. So stop in and see Amber today at Essence in downtown Gordon. Got the Twitter feed up and running here at halftime. Lots of folks tuning in. Mrs. Bagan's class always very good about keeping up on social media. Glad to have them all on board and glad to see that they're following along with us here today. As Rhett Conroy sitting in class but says he's not doing his work. Maybe we won't tell anybody that that's happening. And of course, Rhett and the rest of the boys basketball team will be headed down here shortly if they're not already on their way, as they'll be playing these same Hemingford Bobcats in the nightcap this evening. 7:15 the final game on the slate today. The Mustangs, the number 2 seed in the tournament, as they'll be taking on the Hemingford Bobcats this afternoon or this evening at 7:15. So make sure you tune in. We'll have all of that basketball action for you as well. At the half, the Mustangs lead this one 38-27. We'll step aside and be back with second half action in just a little bit. 6 minutes and 45 seconds left in the halftime break. Mustangs lead it by 11 over the top-seeded Hemingford Bobcats in the Western Trails Conference Tournament. So a big crowd of viewers along with us this afternoon always makes it fun when we know we've got a big group of folks watching along with us. Glad to have you along this afternoon. Of course, we've got the Twitter feed running up there in the corner of the screen for you. If you'd like to take part in that, we'd love to know who you're cheering for, where you're cheering from. Fire off a tweet and include the handle at SC Journal Star. Our server will pick that up and will include your tweet in the broadcast this afternoon. Just under 4 minutes left to go in the halftime break. The Mustangs lead it by 11, 38-27. The Hemingford Bobcats adjust back onto the court as they get ready for the second half. I'm glad to have you along here this afternoon. Let's take a look at the brackets of this Western Trails Conference tournament. Hemingford is the top seed. They get the bye, and so they didn't play last night. The Mustangs went on the road and defeated the Morrill Lions to advance to this semifinal game. The other side of the bracket features Kimball and Mitchell, and that game will be played immediately following this one at 3:45 this afternoon, the tentative start time. Kimball and Mitchell, both a couple of quality ball clubs. This is an outstanding quality of teams in this tournament. Kimball, at the time this was printed, was 13-2. Mitchell 14-2. Hemingford 13-1. Hemingford since that time I know is at 15-1. Their lone loss came to Spearfish, South Dakota. So the second game of today's action will be Kimball and Mitchell. The winner of that game will take on the winner of this game, as now the Mustangs back onto the floor as they get ready for the second half. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the break. And again, the Gordon-Rushville boys will play the Hemingford Bobcats. That'll be in the final game of the day. Mustangs the 2 seed. And Bridgeport the top seed. So Bridgeport with the bye, they're in the other side of the bracket from the Mustangs. And Gordon-Rushville, if they can get a win this afternoon or this evening against the Hemingford Bobcats, would more than likely match up against the Bridgeport Bulldogs. And just got a tweet came in from Rhett Andrews. Glad to have him along watching this afternoon as well. And Mrs. Bagan says they're tweeting their support. I'm glad to have everybody along at Gordon-Rushville High School with us this afternoon. Just about a minute and a half left to go in the break. We'll get the scoreboard up to date and ready to go. While we've got just a minute, let's take a quick look at a couple of replays from the first half. This is always an adventure, as I never remember what it is that we replayed. So here we go. Lays it up, and she can't get it to fall. The rebound, and there's a block by Kenna Campbell. Mustangs come away with it. Nifty pass that time by Carly Hinn. Kenna Campbell down the floor, up no good. But there's a foul on Carly Hinn. This is Kelly Horstman, number 13, now into the game. And rebounded by the Mustangs. Quickly out ahead to Ashton Sassy. Over the top to Callie Schultz, but picked up. We'll catch a replay. And so we are ready for second half action. The Mustangs carry an 11-point lead into the third quarter. Hemingford has the basketball, and they won't go away quietly. We know that. Mustangs with 16 minutes to take care of business. Still in that 1-3-1 zone are the Mustangs. This is Roebuck on the wing, goes inside for Brooke Turek. Her jumper off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Kenna Campbell. Ahead to Josie Perez. She dribbles through traffic. Now she'll pull it back, and the Mustangs will set the offense. That one's tipped by Turek and taken away. She's got quick hands. She's a tenacious defender. Quickly ahead to Faith Roebuck. Shot up, and that won't go. Hanson is there with the rebound and the putback. Gasling comes away with that rebound. Dribbles out. Turek had 3 players on her. She finds Caitlin Kumpf, who rattles that one around and gets it to fall in. She's got 5 points. and they cut the lead back to single digits with 7:10 left to go in the third quarter. Perez ahead to Sassy. Back over the top to Josie Perez. That's tipped out of there by Turek, but Perez able to pick it out of there. Perez kicks it out. Three-pointer on the way from Kenna Campbell. In and out, no good. Carly Hinn is there for the rebound, the putback, and 2 more points for Carly Hinn. Realize we didn't give you any halftime scoring totals. We'll just save it up for the end as there's a shot that won't go, and the long rebound controlled by Ashton Sassy. Kenna Campbell quickly up the right side, ahead to Carly Hinn. Gets Caitlin Kumpf in the air, but she can't convert the shot. And now a jump ball called. That'll be Mustang basketball. 6:27 left to go in the third quarter. And the Mustangs need to take advantage of each and every opportunity, as this is an outstanding Hemingford Bobcat squad. And you can't give them any second chances. Over the top to Ashton Sassy in the corner for Perez. Three-pointer up and good. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Josie Perez. 3 more on the board, and it's 43-29. It's a 12-point lead for the Mustangs. Long way to go in this one, though. Turek in the corner. To Kumpf and across to Roebuck. She'll fire it off for 3. That one's off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Hinn. They get it to Kenna Campbell, and she'll bring it up the floor. Kenna across to Sassy. Her 3 is up and good. Ashton Sassy for 3. And a timeout called by the Hemingford Bobcats as the Mustangs are trying to blow this one open. 5:51 left to go in the third quarter. They lead it 46-29. And the First National Bank of Gordon proudly celebrates over 125 years of locally made decisions and supporting our community. Stop in and see them at the First National Bank in Gordon. And did you know that Strong Insurance is your independent insurance agency? They represent a variety of insurance companies, and they sell the products that most appropriately meet the needs of their clients. As an independent agent, they review many quotes, and they offer their clients the best policy options available. They don't work for any one insurance company. They work for you at Strong Insurance in downtown Gordon. Mustangs lead this one 46-29. Trying to put the hammer down and build a lead here as Hemingford is going to still early going of the third quarter, and the Mustangs by 13. So we'll double check on some housekeeping here, but everything looks like it's okay, and we're back to third quarter action. 5 minutes, 48 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Turek drives in. They look down low, tried to get it to Lauren Gasling. Mustangs take it away. 3-on-2. Josie Perez drives in, puts that one up, and she missed it, but they'll control the rebound and kick it out in the corner for Perez. Three-pointer, that one won't go. Brooke Turek saves it and tosses it into Faith Roebuck. Roebuck quickly up the floor. Lauren Gasling cross court to Natalie Gasling. Her shot up, and that won't go. Kenna Campbell is called for the foul. That'll be the second on Kenna. And it'll put Natalie Gasling at the free throw line. Gasling 1 for 2 today. She's got a pair of three-pointers for a total of 7 points. 5:20 to go, third quarter. Gasling's first shot is up and good. Mustangs lead this one 46-30. Second free throw on the way from Natalie Gasling. And that one's in and out, no good. Tipped out of bounds. It'll be off of Keely Campbell, and Hemingford will get it back. They go inside to Turek. Pull-up jumper. That one is short, and the rebound cleared by Ashton Sassy. Sassy cross court. That one is taken away by Faith Roebuck. Dangerous pass on the break, and now a 2-on-2. And an offensive foul called on Faith Roebuck. Great job that time. I don't know what Mustang defender it was that stood her ground. but they get the offensive foul, and that is the first on Faith Roebuck. Kenna Campbell drives in and kicks it out for Carly Hinn. Carly looks inside for Kenna. Kenna, turnaround jumper, that won't go, partially blocked, and then a quick jump ball called, and it'll be Hemingford basketball on the alternating possession. 4:52 to go in the third quarter. Mustangs by 16. They came out of the locker room hot and extended that 11-point lead. Now they look inside. That shot up and good, and that was Kelly Horseman with her first points of the game. Kenna Campbell loses the handle, but she gets it back. Keely Campbell down on the baseline. Josie, and they're going to say Josie traveled with it. Tried to make a move and work her way down the lane. Instead, they'll turn it over. 4:26 to go, third quarter. Mustangs still in that 1-3-1. They've been there the whole game. There's a long three-pointer by Faith Roebuck. That one's no good. Rebound tipped out of there by Campbell and controlled by Josie Perez. Perez is going to draw the foul on Faith Roebuck. That's two quick fouls on Roebuck. And the second team foul of the half on the Hemingford Bobcats. 32-46. Mustangs get it in. And now Josie Perez. Perez leaves it for Carly Hinn at the high post. Out for Kenna Campbell. Three-pointer. Good! Kenna Campbell for three. And that one's tipped by Ashton Sassy out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bobcats. Emily Hansen in and Lauren Gasling out. Under 4 to go in the third quarter. Turek over the top to Roebuck. Natalie Gasling, and now down in the corner for Turek. Three-pointer on the way. That one is short, and they're going to get Keely Campbell for coming over the back. Fortunately, that is Keely's first foul of the game. When the Mustangs can keep everybody out of foul trouble, they're a pretty dangerous team. They've had difficulty throughout the season keeping everybody on the floor. Now into the corner. Three-pointer from Hansen is short, missed everything. Horseman missed the putback, but then Natalie Gasling cleans it up and cuts the lead to 49-34. So Perez works against Roebuck. Now across to Keely Campbell, tried to get it to Josie Perez cutting down the lane, and it's taken away by the Bobcats. The Mustangs have to make every possession count. You can't give turnovers away to this Hemingford Bobcat team, and there's a travel. So the Mustangs get bailed out as Hemingford gives it right back. 3:16 to go, third quarter. And now full court pressure going to be applied by Hemingford. Mustangs have seen their share of pressure so far this season. And there's going to be a foul. That is three quick fouls on Faith Roebuck. They're really trying to get in Josie Perez's face. Josie, of course, the Mustangs' leading scorer. And they're trying to put tight defensive pressure on her. That's been Faith Roebuck's job here in the second half. But what it's resulted in is three quick fouls as we've got 3:10 to go in the third quarter. Perez thought about the three and she traveled. Thought about the three-pointer, decided to pass on it. And she travels again for the second time in about the last 3 minutes in this third quarter. Mustangs hanging on to that 15-point lead. Trying to get themselves to the fourth quarter. But a long way to go. Brooke Gallus on the wing for Caitlin Kumpf, who's back into the game. Natalie Gasling for three. That one's no good. Rebound is cleared by Hemingford. That's Gallus. Gallus over the top. Now they'll swing it around. Gasling will try another three-pointer. That one's in and out, no good. Keely Campbell clears the rebound. Kenna Campbell quickly ahead to Josie Perez. 2-on-1. Josie leaves it for Ashton Sassy. Up, good. Count the basket, and one. Ashton Sassy with 10 points and a chance to make it 11. With the three-point play, they give that foul to Brooke Gallus, and that is her third. So three Hemingford Bobcats with three fouls. Brooke Gallus, Brooke Turek, and Faith Roebuck, all with three fouls apiece. Ashton Sassy at the free throw line. for a chance to extend this lead, and she does. One more for Ashton, 52-34. Not too good at math, but that looks like an 18-point lead as there's a pull-up jumper by Brooke Turek coming the other way. Cuts it back to 16 with 2:20 left to go in the third quarter. Sassy to Schultz now back into the game. Cross court for Kenna Campbell. High post for Hinn. Hinn has it slapped away by Brooke Turek. Brooke 1-on-2. She'll slow down and wait for some help. Then she'll fire up the three and rattles that one home. Brooke Turek from long distance. 5 straight points for her. And it's 52-39. Over the top. Now in the corner for Hinn. Back to Schultz. Schultz gathers that in. And a timeout called by Randy Holbert. Randy calls the 30-second timeout. Mustangs will talk this one over. 1:50 left to go, third quarter, 52-39. And the CPA firm of Gardner, Lautzenheiser, and Ryan, PC, wishes the Mustangs good luck this season. Stop in and visit with Sarah Rittgarn. She's a CPA in the Gordon office at 106 North Main Street. You can talk to Sarah about everything from tax, payroll, and bookkeeping. Everything you need done, Sarah can help you out. Go Mustangs from Gardner, Lautzenheiser, and Ryan. Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Mustangs with a 13-point lead, 52-39. The Bobcats have ratcheted up the defensive pressure over the last couple of minutes, and they've cut what was an 18-point lead down to 13. Ashton Sassy looks inside. That one's tipped away by Caitlin Kumpf, but the Mustangs will maintain possession. Mustangs trying to get it down to Kenna Campbell, who is posting up. So they get it back to Kenna. Now back to Josie Perez. Three-pointer. Good! Josie Perez for three. Pushes the lead back to 16 with 1:25 to go. Baseline for Natalie Gasling. Over the top to Faith Roebuck. Shot up, high off the glass, and good. 55-41. Josie Perez dribbles around trouble, down the lane, off glass, and good. And if you're not going to stop her, she's going to take it all the way in. Hansen has her pass deflected, but she picks it up, gets it back to Turek. Turek drives in, looks down low, easy shot for Caitlin Kumpf. High off the glass, and good. 57-41. No, now 43. The scoreboard operator was a little slower than I was, apparently. There's Kenna Campbell, spin move in the lane, up and good. 28 seconds to go, third quarter. Back and forth action, both teams trading baskets inside the last minute. Here's a three-pointer from Caitlin Kumpf. That won't go, rebounded by Schultz. 2-on-2 as Josie Perez will now pull it back. Under 15 to go in the third quarter. Perez has it poked away, gets it back in the corner for Kenna Campbell. Kenna head fake, draws the triple team and throws it away. She had 3 Hemingford Bobcats on her. Tried to flip it over to Callie Schultz, and she just couldn't get to it. 2.6 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Brooke Turek heaves it up, and no good. And so at the end of the third quarter, the Mustangs lead this one 59-43. It's going to be a barn burner of a fourth quarter, folks. Stick around. Glad to have you with us on Sheridan County Journal Star.net coverage of Mustang Basketball 2016.
New Holland is the undisputed leader in hay tools. We give farmers a wide range of innovative equipment that increases efficiency and productivity all year round. Because to us, smart means providing a smooth, clean cut with faster dry down, plug-free conditioning, and superior bale density. And smart means leaving less hay on the field to feed more livestock in less time. The gold standard has been raised. Visit your local New Holland dealer today.
So we head to the fourth quarter. I am Clint Anderson along with cameraman Jesse Moss this afternoon. The Mustangs with a 16-point lead as they head to the fourth quarter. And the similarities are very eerie here as the Mustangs came in a year ago to this very spot and upset the Hemingford Bobcats. They had to come from behind in the fourth quarter to get it done. It was Ashton Sasse's coming out party that day. She played a huge part in that game down the stretch. And she'd love to do it again to these Hemingford Bobcats. Just underway in the fourth quarter. Hemingford trying to trap the Mustangs up top and create some havoc, and they're doing a good job of it as Kenna Campbell comes up and takes the ball. Now here's Josie Perez. Josie works against the double team, drives through traffic, shot up, no good, but a blocking foul called, and I believe that'll go against Caitlin Kumpf, and that'll be her second. So Josie Perez to the free throw line for 2. That is the 5th team foul on Hemingford as the first free throw is no good. Mustangs still with just 2 fouls in this second half. Second free throw is also no good, but there's good work by Carly Hinn, and she traveled with it. Carly got that rebound, and in her effort to try and get it to somebody who's get their attention, she traveled with it. 7:31 left to go, fourth quarter. Mustangs with the lead, 59-43. They got to play some good defense down the stretch. Still in that 1-3-1. Turek kicks it out for Roebuck. Three-pointer on the way is good. And that trims the lead to 13. 7 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Perez drives to the right wing, now switches directions, finds Kenna Campbell, can't get the shot to go, but Kenna is fouled and she'll have free throws. And that is on Emily Hansen, that is her third. So now 4 Hemingford Bobcats with 3 fouls. And Kenna Campbell, who has not missed from the free throw line this afternoon, makes the first. 7 for 7 from the line this afternoon, makes it 60-46. Second free throw is also good, 61-46. Into the corner on the wing. Now they try to go inside for Hansen, and it's taken away by Kenna Campbell. Josie Perez takes the outlet pass. Down the floor she goes, shot up, and good. Mustangs not letting their foot off the throttle one bit here in the fourth quarter. Under 7 to go. They lead at 63-46. Turek pull-up jumper for 3. That one is no good. Rebounded by Natalie Gasling. The shot is good. And Natalie Gasling with an opportunity for the three-point play. Give that foul to Carly Hinn. That is her third. So Hinn and Perez for the Mustangs now each with 3 fouls. Lauren Gasling in, Emily Hansen out for Hemingford. 63-48. Natalie Gasling puts that one up and gets it to fall in. Kind of a 1-2-1 zone defense look for Hemingford, and now they had Kenna Campbell trapped, and Coach Randy Holbert alertly calls the timeout from the sideline. 30-second timeout called by the Mustangs. And whether you're melting ice or fishing on it, Buck and his crew at Gordon True Value have everything that you need. Stop in and see them at Gordon True Value, downtown Gordon. And Hinn's Hardware in Rushville has a huge selection of items. That includes cookware, appliances, tools, and toys. And that includes bikes and ride-on toys. And folks, they have got an outstanding selection of bicycles of all shapes and sizes. Stop in and see that wide variety as it's getting closer to bicycling time. Stop in and see them at Hinn's Hardware, downtown Rushville. Kenna Campbell gets a little bit of help. Gets it back, now baseline for Keely Campbell. Shot up, off glass, and good. Keely's first points of the second half. Pushes the lead back to 65-49. 6:20 to go. Long three-pointer by Brooke Turek is good. Hemingford trying to shoot their way back into this one. 6:10 to go. Kenna Campbell lost the handle, fell down. Brooke Turek with the takeaway, lays that one up, and good. And now a takeaway on the inbounds, and that one is no good, rebounded by Carly Hinn. Here come the Mustangs, and another timeout called by Gordon-Rushville. Randy Holbert trying to calm the troops down as Hemingford's starting to taste a little bit of blood in the water now. Full timeout, 5:52 left to go in the fourth quarter. 65-54 is our score. Grocery Mart in downtown Gordon is your full-service grocery store, and they've got that personal hometown atmosphere. That's Grocery Mart in downtown Gordon. And folks, tax season is here. Accountant Carol Child is your one-stop resource for all your accounting and tax needs and much more. You can find her at 216 South Main Street in Gordon, and it pays to have an accountant on your side. Going to be a spectacular finish to this fourth quarter. 5 minutes, 52 seconds left to go. Mustangs lead at 65-54. They had an 18-point lead at one point. It's cut back to 11. One possession away from just a single-digit lead for the Mustangs. Mustangs get it into Josie Perez, but it contacted and it's tipped out of bounds off of Hemingford. So Hemingford just keeps ratcheting up that pressure a little bit more all the time. Carly Hinn not ready for that inbounds pass. Mustangs lucky to hang on to it. That one's slapped out of bounds by Brooke Turek. So Hemingford, this is an experienced bunch. And they're using that defensive pressure to make the most of it. Carly Hinn has the basketball out on the right wing. She gets it to Kenna Campbell. Back to a man-to-man defense now by Hemingford. Kenna Campbell recognizes that, pulls it out. They reset the offense. Over the top to Ashton Sassy. Now she'll flip it back up top for Kenna Campbell. Long three-pointer by Kenna. It's good! That is an NBA distance three-pointer for Kenna. And huge points for the Mustangs. 68-54. And a foul called on the other end of the floor, and that'll put Brooke Turek at the line. Fouls on Carly Hinn, and that is Carly's fourth. So Brooke Turek lines up the first and knocks that one down. So Carly will have to, no, Carly stays in, and no, Carly does come out. Rianne Ferguson comes into the game. So 68-55, Turek with a chance for another one, and she makes them both. 68-56. Mustangs are going to have to deal with pressure the whole rest of the way. They need to take care of the basketball. Josie Perez pulls it back. They've got her double team. Now she drives into the lane. Nice move, up and good. She is so smooth. Lays that off the glass for two more Mustang points. Lauren Gasling across to Natalie Gasling. Three-pointer, that one misses everything. Out of bounds, Mustang basketball. They go over the top. Josie Perez tracks that one down. Shot up, contact, but no foul. Ashton Sassy with the rebound. The putback, that one in and out, no good. And Lauren Gasling going to be called for the push on the rebound. And that'll be her first. But now the Mustangs in the 1-and-1 bonus should be. That should be 1-and-1, and they will line it up. That'll put young Rianne Ferguson at the free throw line for a 1-and-1 opportunity. Her first shot at it today. 4:44 left to go in the fourth quarter. Mustangs lead it by 14, trying to hang on to that lead and head to the conference finals. Roebuck out. And who is that? That's Kelly Horstman into the game, number 13. So Ferguson lines it up as Natalie Gasling into the lane. The free throw is good. She was gonna get another shot at it regardless, but she knocks it down. Extends the Mustang lead. Rianne Ferguson, the 5'6" freshman. She's done great work down low in the post this season. And she makes them both. Young freshman with ice in her veins makes both free throws. 72-56, 4:40 to go. Into the corner for Horseman. Three-pointer up. That one is short. Rebounded by Keely Campbell. Keely over the top, but that's taken away. Brooke Turek, she's got a nose for the basketball. Jumper won't go. Natalie Gasling is there to clean it up and puts it back for 2 Hemingford points. Ashton Sassy dribbles through the pressure. Dribbles through more pressure. Shot up and good. Coast to coast for Ashton Sassy. Now into the corner for Hansen, and it's taken away by Josie Perez. And Perez is going to be fouled by Emily Hansen, and that is her 4th. Hansen reached in with 4:05 to go, and it puts Josie Perez back at the free throw line. Josie just 1 for 4 today. Normally a very good free throw shooter. 74-58. As now Caitlin Kumpf out and Faith Roebuck back in. The Mustangs average 55 a game. They've scored 74 so far this afternoon. First one is good for Josie. She'll earn a second. The Mustangs 20 points over their season average. Firing on all cylinders here this afternoon as Josie makes them both. 4 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter. Stretch time, and there's a takeaway by Josie Perez. Josie gathers it in down the lane, and she is stripped, and the foul is going to be called on Faith Roebuck. That is her 4th. So fouls starting to add up for the Hemingford Bobcats. They've got a lot of depth to work with, but it puts Josie Perez back at the free throw line. And the Mustangs will be in the double bonus for the last 3 minutes and 55 seconds of this game. Lauren Gasling back in. Perez, second shot is off the back iron. Brooke Turk clears the rebound. And a whistle, as I think we've got a timeout called on the floor. Timeout called by Hemingford. 3 minutes, 52 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter. The Mustangs lead it. Update the scoreboard, 77-58. Say thanks to sponsors of today's action, and we say it a lot, but we can't stress it enough that it's the sponsorship of these folks that really makes it possible for us to take these long road trips on a day like today when we know a lot of people are working and can't get off work to come down and support the Mustangs. Send a thank you note. Fire off an email. If you see these folks on the street, tell them you appreciate their sponsorship because it means a lot and they need to know that you're watching and that you appreciate them supporting Mustang basketball. 3 minutes, 45 seconds, and there's another steal by Josie Perez, but she can't control it. Picked up by Brooke Turk, back the other way. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line. In and out, no good. Tipped around. Josie Perez will draw the foul as Brooke Turk now has committed her 4th. So Turek, Roebuck, and Hansen all with 4 fouls, and the Mustangs in the double bonus, and Josie Perez back at the free throw line. 3:35 to go, 4th quarter. And the first one is good. And that extends the lead to 20. Well, the Mustangs are a streaky team. And the good streaky team has shown up today as they have done just about everything right. As they now have a 21-point lead with 3.5 to go. Lauren Gasling over to Natalie Gasling. Back into the corner for Hansen. Hansen's three-pointer is up and good. Emily Hansen with her first points of the day makes it 79-61. And there's another near takeaway. Mustangs get it back, playing right out on the ragged edge. Another bank shot by Keely Campbell. That one is good again. 81-61. 3 minutes to go. Long three-pointer by Brooke Turek. That's no good. And Natalie Gasling's going to commit the foul on Rianne Ferguson. Rianne had good position that time. Inside, she boxed her out and draws the foul. Forced Gasling to come over the top. And Rianne back to the free throw line for 2 more. Rianne 2 for 2 today. 2 minutes, 59 seconds left to go in the game. A couple of subs ready to come in for the Bobcats, and Carly Hinn ready to come back in for the Mustangs after this free throw. First free throw by Ferguson is short off the front of the rim, no good. So this is Caitlin Kumpf and Brooke Gallus in as Hanson and Lauren Gasling head to the bench. So Ferguson with one more. And she missed them both. Rebound controlled by Natalie Gasling. Brooke Turek brings it across the timeline into the corner for Kumpf. Her three-pointer is good. And back to more pressure and a traveling call on Josie Perez. Hemingford doing a great job with that full court pressure. Now Ferguson out, Carly Hinn back in. Carly playing with 4 fouls, 2 minutes, 40 seconds left to go. Brooke Turek bounces that off her kneecaps but gets it back. Across to Roebuck, three-pointer. That one's no good, and the rebound by Turek. Her shot up. That won't go. Gallus with the rebound. With the left hand, can't get it to fall, and Carly Hinn just fouled out. Carly Hinn just committed her 5th foul. She's done for the afternoon, and it puts Brooke Gallus at the line for 2 free throws, her first of the day. So a good day's work for Carly Hinn. She finishes with 5 points and a whole handful of rebounds. 2:23 left to go, 4th quarter. First free throw is good. Mustangs not out of the woods yet. They got to take care of the basketball for 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Second free throw is no good, rebounded by Ashton Sassy. Quickly out to Josie Perez. Josie ahead to Kenna Campbell. Kenna can't convert. She gets her own rebound. The putback won't go, but Kenna is fouled. She'll head to the free throw line. That is on Brooke Gallus, and that is her 4th. Kenna Campbell, 8 for 8 today from the free throw line. Lines up number 9, and that one also is good. Kenna was a little bit disappointed last night. She thought she had missed some opportunities in the game against Morrill, but she's made up for it here today. 9 for 9 from the free throw line. Now 10 for 10. 2 3-pointers and 2 2-pointers. Can't do that math in my head right off the bat, but it's a whole bunch of crooked numbers. There's a long 3-pointer, that time by Lauren Gasling, that is good. Wearing out the scoreboard here this afternoon. Josie Perez drives through traffic. Kenna Campbell with the long 2-pointer. That one is good for 2 more. Makes it 85-68. Natalie Gasling for 3. That one's rattles around, no good. Rebounded by the Mustangs. 1:39 to go. Josie lost it but got it back, and now the Mustangs just need to run some clock. 1:30 to go. Josie Perez gets it inside for Kenna Campbell, off glass, and that won't quite go, and Rianne Ferguson's going to commit the foul. Rianne battling for that rebound, and that'll be a foul on her. That should be, let's see, that'll be her first and just the 5th team foul on the Mustangs. So out of bounds to the Hemingford Bobcats. As now Hemingford can see the writing off the wall. Starters head to the bench, and the reserves come in for the Hemingford Bobcats with 1:23 to go. And this, folks, is a huge victory for the Lady Mustangs. As we said earlier, Mustangs came in here 2 years ago and knocked off the Bobcats in the semifinals. They do it again here today, looks like, barring a miracle in the last 1 minute and 15 seconds. There's a 3-pointer by Roebuck that comes up short. They wrestle forward underneath, and the alternating possession will give it back to the Bobcats. Now Callie Schultz is going to head into the game for the Mustangs with 1:08 to go. She'll take the place of Ashton Sassy. Ashton done for the afternoon. She's greeted with a big handshake from Coach Randy Holbert over there on the sideline. There's a 3-pointer that won't go. The Mustangs with the rebound. They get it across to Josie Perez. Josie back up to Kenna. Around to Schultz, inside for Ferguson. Back out to Schultz, but over her head. It's taken away by Roebuck. 51 seconds to go. And Callie Schultz with a nifty steal, but she stepped on the end line before she could get rid of it. Now Delenn Rodriguez is going to come in along with Gracie Perez. Keely Campbell and Josie Perez head to the bench as more Mustang starters head out of there. Cheyenne DeVille also into the game. And that'll be the end for Kenna Campbell as she heads to the bench after a job well done. 48.4 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. They get this one in to Manning, and then they'll swing it around and nearly taken away, and then it is taken away by Callie Schultz with the left hand. Down the floor, shot up, that one won't go. Battle for the rebound, slapped out of bounds by Rianne Ferguson. It'll go back over to the Hemingford Bobcats with 36.2 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Lauren Gasling flips it out there, and that three-pointer comes up well short, rebounded by Rianne Ferguson. DeVille is going to gather it up. She's trapped on the baseline, but she'll get it out to Schultz. Schultz crosses the timeline with 17 seconds to go. Tried to get it down low for Gracie Perez. Gracie didn't get the memo. She was set up, posting up on the block, and they'll turn it back over to Hemingford. Rianne Ferguson heads to the bench. And let's see who came in there. That is India Ritgarn into the game for the last 12 seconds of the game. 21, that is Carly Cullen, works it inside. That's Anna Manning up and good for two. Ritgarn now has it. The time runs out, and the Mustangs come out victorious, 85-70 in a high-scoring game. Blew the lights out on the scoreboard this afternoon. Mustangs come out on top. They'll head to the conference tournament final tomorrow evening with an 85-70 win over the top-seeded Hemingford Bobcats here this afternoon. We'll step aside, we'll do some quick math, and come back with some final scoring totals for both sides. Again, the final score here from Cougar Palace at WNCC, the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs 85 and the Hemingford Bobcats 70.
The way we see it, if you're going to call something smart, it better help you get real work done. Help you grow food, feed, and energy independence. Help you get the most with the latest precision farming technology while doing the job right and on time. From combines to tractors to hay tools, visit your New Holland dealer today to see equipment built New Holland smart.
Visit your authorized dealer today.
New Holland.
So final score in the first game of the day in the semifinal. The Mustangs knock off the top-seeded Bobcats 85-70, and they advance to the conference tournament finals tomorrow evening. I'm going to mute this for just a minute and try to continue on with my mathematical calculations and be back with some final unofficial scoring totals in just a minute. So let's take a look at the final unofficial scoring totals for these two teams. For the Mustangs, with 26 points leading all scorers, Josie Perez, right at just a tick above her season average. 26 points for Josie today. McKenna Campbell made up for last night. Felt she had some missed opportunities against Morrill last night. She finished with 22 points. That's 12 points above, more than double her season average of 10 points per game. She scores 22. Ashton Sassy finished with 13. Keely Campbell had 14 points, and I think every one of those off the glass for Keely Campbell. Carly Hinn finished with 5 points, Callie Schultz with 3, and Rianne Ferguson finished with 2 for the Mustangs. For the Hemingford Bobcats, Brooke Turek led the way. She had 21 points. Natalie Gasling added 15. Faith Roebuck had 13. Caitlin Kump finished with 10. And then, let's see, it's Emily Hansen with 3 and Lauren Gasling with 3. Kelly Horstman with 2, along with Anna Manning, who also had 2. Brooke Gallus finished with a single free throw for 1 point. Final score here from Cougar Palace at WNCC. Gordon-Rushville Mustangs 85 and the Bobcats 70. Let's see, take a look ahead to tomorrow as the Mustangs will play in the championship game. That will be at 5:30 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Roughly a 5:30 start, and of course, we will be here to bring that to you. The Mustangs will face the winner of the Kimball-Mitchell game. Mustangs have lost to both of those teams so far this season, and they'd love to get a little bit of revenge after they started the revenge tour this afternoon, knocking off the Hemingford Bobcats. We'll be back on the air here in just a couple of hours. 7:15, not sure what time it is now, 3:30 now. 7:15, the anticipated start time for the boys' semifinal game between the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs and the Hemingford Bobcats. The Mustangs defeated the Bobcats in the season opener on the Bobcats' home floor. Since that time, Hemingford has played very, very good basketball. They'll come in at 11-5, identical to the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs, also at 11-5. And of course, that's set to go off at 7:15 this afternoon. Tune in a little bit early. We'll have the pregame for you, stat comparisons and all that good stuff. So we'll see you here in a few hours from Cougar Palace. I'm Clint Anderson for cameraman Jesse Moss. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you for boys semifinal action of the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs against the Hemingford Bobcats. Until then, thanks for joining us on Sheridan County Journal Star.net coverage of Mustang Basketball 2016.